Well, hello and welcome and welcome and hello. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting edition of Un Poco Mas. My name is Danny Deals for Hurricane Lopez and Stock Karen. We would like to say hello and welcome and welcome and hello. Guys, it's Monday. Of course, it's 9/11, September 11, 2023. Topper time check is 6:49 p.m. out here in a beautiful Los Angeles. I see the sun setting over the ocean out my office window. It's a beautiful orange glow. Um, guys, we want to talk with you today about SoFi Technologies Incorporated, ticker symbol SOFI. Guys, I'm really tired. It has been an extremely long day at work, but I'm still at the office. I wanted to bring you guys an update because I'm just like, I'm not trying to give you guys financial advice. I don't think anything I say here is going to move the price of the stock. Couple hundred people watch my videos, and I don't think any of you guys are billionaires. I know I'm not. So nothing I say here, guys, is to, get you to do anything one way or the other, but I honestly believe SoFi could make a violent move upward. The train could leave the station. SoFi has been maligned as a SPAC deal, and there are problems with that. Like Chamath and some of these blood sucking SPAC vampires got a bunch of free shares and got too big a piece of the company. But at the end of the day, guys, that's going to not affect the long term viability of this investment. He doesn't have enough of the company. They didn't suck away enough of the company. If you did the smart thing and averaged down and brought your average down on the stock, there's a lot of money to be made here. But that SPAC offering price was $10. Noto bought shares up at 14 at one point. A lot of the smart money was actually buying back in the day above 10. You still have the opportunity, guys, to take, what is that, 13% or something off of that price. You still can buy under $9 after several years of incredibly adept management and execution and adaptation. SoFi has gone from basically a student loan company to a full service financial company, a bank. They showed incredible foresight going after that bank charter. I believe made a great decision buying the naming rights to the NFL stadium here in Los Angeles. I think SoFi is the company that is building their foundation, building their house out of bricks. While some of these other fintechs are going to come and go, maybe go out of business, maybe get bought up for pennies on the dollar, I would guess. That's not the case with SoFi. That's why I believe firmly that the shorts just don't have the appetite to push this stock back under $8. So if you're one of those guys who's saying, I love SoFi, but I'm just going to buy at 6 or I'm just going to buy at 7, I would consider buying now under 9 and just really count yourself lucky. A lot of us bought shares a lot higher than this. I know I did. I averaged down hard, hard, hard. My average now is like $5.70, but that's how I roll, guys. I go big. Like I don't buy into an initial position at a high price. I kind of feel out of stock, and then once I feel that it's really at rock bottom, I shove all my chips in. But guys, I'm just seeing some horrible technical analysis on YouTube, and I'm seeing kids that I don't think they've ever really like invested in stocks or owned stocks because the way they look at charts and talk about, levels and um, talk about retracement, a lot of them are counting like the pump and dump. Like this stock like went to 1170. They're like sort of, like there was no market made at 1170, guys. To make a market, you need willing buyers and sellers. The fact that some force market manipulator just pushes a stock to a certain level for a few moments, people that say they sold like at the very top are lying. Um, there was only this it's just not how it works. Like I'm going to show you what I'm seeing on this chart and basically why I believe this is the most bullish setup we've seen from SoFi. And if we can break down $8.91, could be off to the races. Max Pain is like $9. You can see like all the call volume. You'd expect more at 850, but there's only 4,000 calls. You have 19,000 calls and 18,000 open interest at $9, and even heavier action at 950, and the same action at 10 than you have at 850. So I expect one of two things to happen. Either the market continues to make a run and SoFi runs up toward $10. I don't think there's really any resistance from 891 up till 10. Maybe some psychological resistance at 950, but I just don't see anything on the chart. Um, and then I see the stock either stopping at $8.91 and max pain being inflicted there somewhere below 9, or I see the stock making a strong move to the upside and challenging $9.50 this week and probably running up to $10 the following week. But so much depends on the overall market. Guys, just telling you what I'm seeing. Like, this is the blue channel that I believe the stock has been in. I drew this a long time ago. Haven't changed anything. This is that 813 level. Been telling you for months now. 813 to 891 was the channel. Those are critical numbers for a long, long, long time. And look at the move the stock made off of, this blue line. Was coming up. You see, just consistently respecting this blue line. Dips down below, immediately recovers, consolidating, consolidating, consolidating. People are like, well, the most convincing thing is if it bounces off the bottom. Absolutely not. A level, support line becomes more important if you make a market at that line, folks. It's not bouncing off. That's market manipulation. That can be done just with a few dollars and algorithms. Like, the fact that buyers and sellers are meeting here, the long-term bears, are getting out of the stock. Long-term bulls are coming into the stock. This is what consolidation means. This is why these lines are important. It goes back forever, guys. You get these people, and a lot of these young guys, I mean, they just don't know what they're talking about. Like, look at what this stock is doing off of this line. You're telling me this is a bear flag? You don't know shit. Like, this was a pump and dump. They could have kept selling this off. They could have kept shorting it, but they didn't have the appetite to. Look at that green candle coming back into this range, getting us back into the channel. And then look at this thing consolidating here, coming up, bouncing off $8.91, coming up. What do we see over here, guys? What do we see over here? I mean, first off, this candle is engulfing this candle. This is not a bear flag. This is an engulfing pattern. This is a bullish pattern. And it goes up, and then this very timid rejection here. See these 3 tests, 3 days in a row, very timid rejection. Look at the size of these candles. And then you come back here, and this is extremely bullish. This isn't gapped up, but it almost is. I mean, I'm not going to try to explain to you what these patterns mean, but this is bullish. This is going to knock this down. This is not a bear flag, folks. People are just dumb. Look at this blue line. Look at this blue line. From here, the blue line, all the way through. Where is my channel breaking down? Why are people telling you not to buy now? It's going to go back to 6. Where are they seeing that on the chart? Where is the appetite to sell under $8.13? Where is a market being made under $8.13? There isn't one. These are only buyers. The last time somebody wanted to really sell under $8.13 was back in May. The rest of the time, they've just been running for cover. They shorted in here because they're dumb and they're weak, and they didn't expect the growth story to continue. And guys, I'm sorry I'm ranting like such a big Karen, but I just don't want you to fall for this misinformation. People pulling this shit down off charts, it just doesn't mean anything. This blue line has been resistance. It still is resistance. This pump and dump doesn't mean anything. But this $8.91 line, I mean, let's look at it, guys. Let's look at it. Look here, okay? Pushing back down, and then here pushing up. Here, right on the line, pushing up. Breaks that back down below it, but that doesn't mean anything. Okay, so it was support, support, and then very weak resistance, and I think we're going to knock it down. Now, max pain would indicate that they're going to hold us somewhere just over $9 by Friday, but these options can have a way of resolving themselves well before Friday and changing hands quite a bit. And everything depends on who owns those options, what happens. If retail owns a lot of them, they're probably going to kill a lot of those options if possible. But market makers, I think, back left a lot of these shorts behind, left a lot of these sort of two-bit hedge funds behind that are still short the stock. And my point is, guys, people want you to think shorts are letting go. Shorts are not letting go. The numbers aren't bearing that out. There's still 13% short interest of the free float. I know the shares on loan have gone back up in the last week. They've been shorting the stock in the last week because they're trying to hold it down. Because I think everybody and their brother, if you're not, slow and special, it's like, this is at least a $10 stock right now. Management has already put all their numbers out. They're showing you. If you watch Noto, I mean, the guy's in complete command of the numbers. The margins are looking outstanding. All of these businesses are going to be profitable by year end. And the market talking about valuing these guys like a bank. Show me another bank that grew deposits 25% in one quarter. Show me another bank of this size that is growing their deposits from nothing to over 12 billion in just, 6 quarters. I mean, they're saying they're going to add at least 2 billion in deposits. I mean, I'm thinking they could add 3 billion this quarter quite easily. It was 2.5 last quarter. The members aren't leaving. The direct deposit numbers only seem to get better. They're high earners with direct deposit. It's almost like the deposit growth is going to be automatic. These people are savers. SoFi's paying them good interest. Like, what are people seeing? What are people seeing on this chart that tells them the stock is going to break back down to 6? You tell me. I mean, here's 7. I mean, here's 6. Is it because it consolidated down here? I mean, that doesn't mean anything. That's long ago, guys. We've seen tons of consolidation here around this blue line. And if you want to talk about this, I mean, really, the stock was making a move up. Look at this pattern. Look at this pattern pre-earnings, guys. Look at what these candles are doing. This candle's completely above. This Chia Pet Army dump was a complete artificial bunch of nonsense. And after the stock recovered here, it never really went below the level of the Chia Pet Army fake douchebag attack of early May, year of our Lord 2023. They never really had the appetite to drive it below. That's what happens with some of these attacks. It looked like when they ran the pump and dump, a lot of people are like, okay, bottom's falling out. Like, see you at 6. Nope. Nope. The bulls came in along this blue line, just like they have been. Like, now you can't stop shorts if they're going to kick short interest up to 17% and they're just going to dump the living hell out of the stock and scare everybody that the sky is falling and pay crooked analysts to make crooked calls over and over and over again. Whatever. Guys, nobody's selling this stock under $8.13 since May. That's the way it is. And anybody talking to you about levels and bear flags just doesn't know what pattern they're looking at. The support is there. That's what matters. What matters is, where are people willing to sell the stock? That's what controls the market. There's plenty of buyers at the right. Yeah, anybody can say, hey, I'd buy at 6. Yeah, I'd buy at 6 too, douchebag. But nobody's selling at 6. And moreover, nobody's selling at 8. And now the stock's about to break down 9 and you're still sitting there holding your PUD. I mean, what does that tell you, tough guy? You know? Um, so I don't really know where I'm going with this whole video, but 19 million shares traded today. Chart looking extremely strong. Again, algo trying to hold the stock flat here, but it's just not happening. I mean, even on low volume, they just don't want to short the stock. Nobody wants to sell the stock because you're not going to be able to reaccumulate at these levels. It's not always a given that a stock is going to come back and meet your entry point. Like, you can be rigid and you can be, very determined and you can make declarative statements that you're going to buy under 6, but the world doesn't owe you anything, tough guy. And there's really only one decision to make, and that is, do you buy or you not buy now? Yeah, if in 3 months, the next earnings report doesn't look very good and they grind the stock down after that, maybe it'll be much lower and maybe you'll be able to buy. But there could also be a really good ER. There could be really good news. The stock could run up through 10 and, not pass go directly to, Moonville. You just don't know what's going to happen any more than I do. But what I'm telling you on that chart is what I'm seeing is the stock is ready to go back up. I mean, if you take a look at what happened on the way in, you see again how important that $8.13 level has been. But you see this like triple peak all the way back down, and then it starts to go. I know this has been more consolidation, but if you count this as one, guys, this would really be three peaks and then off to the races. I mean, this is even better than a triple bottom here at 813. I mean, look at it. You see one, you see two, but then you see all of this consolidation. You see a market actually being made for 2 weeks at that level, and you could argue it still is being made. And this blue line is up, and I think the resistance at this red line is very, very weak. The resistance at this blue line is going to be much stronger. Weak, strong. Um, that's what I'm seeing. Take it for what it's worth. All I know is I told you 813 months ago. I told you 891. I told you about, my worry about a pump and dump at earnings, doing the exact opposite of what they did last time. And obviously, you can go back and watch my videos and see when I've been right and when I've been wrong. But if anybody knows this stock or has been able to predict it even close to as accurately as I have, and made as much money and, timed it as well as I have, I sure as hell haven't seen him, and most of the people talking about it on YouTube are just complete morons. So, whether you think I fit that bill is up to you, guys. And again, I was just trying to go over some of these charts, like, because I wanted to give you guys the right names for them, but I don't know any of these names, and frankly, I I, I think people get way too caught up in these, like bullish abandoned baby. Like, what is this, safe surrender? Like, I just think sometimes these things play out this way and sometimes they don't. So, what I try to look at more, I'm looking at some of these options. I'm looking at what the smart money is doing. I'm looking at shorting. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in the dark pool. And I'm just trying to figure out, do the market makers, the really powerful forces, the big money, want to take the stock up or do they want to take it down? And I think there's absolutely no doubt that Noto is telling you they're going to make money in the fourth quarter. He's just telling you that flat out. He's not leaving a lot of wiggle room. So I'm very confident it's going to happen. Um, and I think smart money knows that's going to bring in institutions. That's not only going to bring in hedge funds, but it's going to bring in pension funds. Eventually, SOFI is going to be added to different indexes. There's going to be so many things putting upward price pressure on the stock. And my question is, what is the short thesis? Like, where do they think SoFi is going to trip up with these businesses? The only thing I'm hearing so much is that the loans are all defaulting, the sky is falling. It's just not happening. The data doesn't show that. At the last ER, the default numbers were still very low, far below what SoFi had planned for. Their customers are some of the most qualified in terms of income and credit and education of any customers in any lender. So the notion that sky is just going to fall and all, of course, if the economy gets really bad, we don't get that soft landing, we get into a recession. There's no doubt that SoFi will have more defaults, but I don't think it's going to be any type of Armageddon situation. They have a strong cash position. They have a big credit facility. They have tons of deposits they can draw on, and they can draw on, even more deposits every quarter. So you have to think by the end of the year, Q3, Q4, they're probably going to get $6 billion in new deposits. I just don't think there's any type of liquidity problem at SoFi. I think it was like 98% of their deposits are covered under FDIC. So SoFi is a very healthy bank. I'll leave it to people, above my pay grade to look at the actual ratios, the reserve requirements. But when I looked at them all at the last ER, like other banks were 11, SoFi was like 17, where other banks had to be 7, SoFi was 14. So they had like double the liquidity or reserve ratios or whatever they need. I can go back and look at the charts and give you the proper names. Don't everybody freak out. I did actually look at them, but I don't memorize the entire ER from quarter to quarter. Anyway, guys, that's a SoFi stock. The ticker symbol is SOFI. I know that was kind of long, rambling, incoherent, but I am really, really tired, guys. It's about 7:10 p.m. out here in Los Angeles on September 11th. Want to thank you guys for watching. If any of you are still here, it's un poco mas. It's the SoFi stock. My name is Danny Deals. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great night, and I'll talk at you again real soon. This is not financial advice, but I think SoFi stock's either going to go up and kind of hang around $9 and the algo's going to work real hard to keep it there. I don't think anybody wants to dump right now. They're long-term retail. And quite frankly, I think there's a fairly decent chance that market makers get the hell out of these short-term calls and let the stock run on up over 9 this here week. But time will tell. Old Danny Deals has been right before, but hey, busted clock's right twice a day, ain't it? That dog don't hunt. Or maybe it do. You don't know that dog. You stay on your own porch. Stand the deals. Un poco mas. Talk to you later. Peace.